Welcome back everyone to the Japan and Korea tour. It's just me and Josiah. It's so weird. Everyone's gone.
Everyone's gone.
And we are here today at Soland. Originally, we were only planning tomorrow for Soland. However, we checked their maintenance calendar. And you know how things go on these big international trips. Only one of their big roller coasters is open today, and then another one is open tomorrow, and then they flip-flop. They have 5 roller coasters total. Both of those big ones are supposed to be utter garbage. This park is kind of known for having some of the worst roller coasters in the world, at minimum in South Korea. And speaking of which too, it's actually the oldest theme park in South Korea, opening in 1987, which isn't actually that old, but I find it interesting because South Korea's amusement scene has kind of boomed in recent years with the addition of some newer parks and rides. Everything here though is pretty old. They haven't added anything in a long time. We're gonna head to the back of the park and try to get on Black Hole 2000 first. It's a super bizarre looping coaster. A lot of my friends that have been on that before say it's absolutely atrocious. I think it's gonna make for very funny content. One other thing I wanted to mention about Soland before we dive in here: 1, the location. It's very close to Seoul, super easy to get to this park. 2, the price. It's usually about $40 US to enter. However, they have a foreigners discount, and a lot of the parks in Korea and Japan even have a foreigners discount, but it usually just shaves off a couple dollars. Here, it cuts it in half. So literally we paid 20 bucks to get in here, which is actually a really good deal. Very happy about that. As you can see, pretty nice so far. Park looks beautiful, very nice landscaping. However, I do expect this to be the most amusement park that we visit, not a theme park. I've been saying throughout the trip that Korea doesn't really believe in amusement parks. They just have theme park, theme park, theme park, which is really cool for us because we love that kind of thing. But even still, this park has some really nice architecture and everything looks cohesive. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. I think it's gonna be a fun time. What in the Epcot is that, bro? That's what? All right, I'm not gonna question that. We're just gonna walk by it. Shout out to the location, surrounded by mountains and some of the tallest of which we've seen in South Korea so far. There's a lot of this park that's kind of blowing me away in appearance, and other parts that do not look right. I can't tell if this looks nice or if it's ugly. First coaster we've stumbled upon is the Columbia Double Loop coaster. This is the one that was supposed to be closed today, and in fact it is, but we were seeing mixed information online, so I'm glad that the operating status information we saw on their website is accurate. But there's an even bigger pile of trash in the back of the park. Black Hole opened in 1990. What I found interesting about this is this also has 2 inversions like the last one I showed you, but it's a double corkscrew instead of a double loop.
This looks like the most atrocious, disgusting, terrifying. What is this? The support structure? I don't even like.
It looks ridiculous. Who even manufactured this?
I believe it's Senyo Kagyo.
That's
bizarre.
very elusive.
One of 66 of their coasters. They built 66 coasters around the world,
and they don't exist in America.
And they haven't built very many extreme ones. So when you find an extreme one like this, it's rather rare.
Wish us luck. We're gonna need it, I'm telling you. I'm definitely afraid of this. I don't know what to expect, but everyone just says it's awful, and that's all I know.
Yeah, I'm low-key terrified. I don't know what to expect out of this piece of crap. We are on what is widely considered by many of our friends to be one of the most atrocious coasters ever created.
We wanted to do it so bad.
We had to, so we came out here to ride this thing. Oh my gosh.
Seriously, wish us luck. Here we go.
Oh no! Oh, it's definitely
okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
I want to ride it in the back now. It's so rough.
I can see the change in profiling.
Oh, it's giving me a headache.
Ow! Oh my gosh, that was abysmal. Ouch.
Oh! That's the first roller coaster that I've ever been on where I got off and I thought it was so bad that I wanted to try it in the back just to see how bad it could get. Because by nature, the front is not gonna be as bad as the back row, but my God, if that was rough.
I think the funniest thing about this ride, going into the first corkscrew, you could visibly see the janking, profiling, whatever you want to call it, of that inversion. It just looked stupid, and then you feel it, and the whole train just, oh my gosh, what a hunk of crap. But it was low-key kind of fun because
I kind of liked it for the vibes. Yeah, no, the ride sucks. The ride's awful. I don't twist it, but I'm kind of glad that we got to ride it. It's so cool.
The ride sucks.
Hi.
Let's go.
Hey. We found the only people in line for Black Hole 2000, the only fans of the ride.
People in line. Do you guys like it? It's good? I think it's good. I wish I didn't see what I just saw. The wheel assembly about 3 cars up was loose. Like genuinely. Now I'm like actually kind of nervous for this ride.
I did not want to hear that before this ride.
And what scares me is we just saw the other trains, which only half exist. It's just a chassis.
This is what we travel for, bro. Come on. This could be the end of the channel. This could be the end of my life right here.
Why is that wheel assembly wiggling?
I see it now.
Yeah,
They're so loose. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! 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 Oh no! Oh no! Not the car track! One of the worst coasters ever. I'm so glad it lived up to expectations. Not the good kind. Guys, the kids wanted pictures with us, and so we got them. Also, the dad has been in a lot of Korean movies, which I found very interesting because Soland is known for being in a lot of movies and TV shows. Most recently, it was actually in season 2 of Squid Game, one of the most popular Netflix series of all time, and a show that I've really enjoyed as well. So super cool to be here at Soland. We're gonna head over to their Wild Mouse coaster, which looks super peculiar, not your standard mouse by any stretch of the imagination. And that'll probably be our last ride for today before we come back tomorrow. So Crazy Mouse in front of me is quite weird because we have no clue who manufactured this one. The track resembles a classic Aerodynamics or Vekoma style, and the cars even resemble Aerodynamics trains. However, this is not an Aero. We just don't know who built it. So I'm really curious to experience it. It opened at the park in 1988. I believe it was one of the first attractions they ever opened. On second thought, it's closed. The park closes in 2 hours. What's the deal with that? As we were walking past it earlier, it was literally running cycles. I don't understand why it's down right now. Whatever, we're gonna go do one of the kiddie coasters at least while we're here. We found an open coaster. Okay, Tobak coaster, which I assume just means robot coaster in English. Just a Zamperla powered coaster, twin helix layout, very simple ride, but it's a kiddie credit. Let's grab it. Oh, this view is awful. Why is the car so massive? This thing looks like it's rotting. Oh no. Kind of hurts. Tobak train.
Soland, land of the painfulest roller coasters on Earth.
Oh! Oh, 2-lap special. There it is. Oh, most intense ride ever. Ah! Bro, what are we doing in Korea riding roller coasters?
On a kiddie coaster.
Even better, bro.
We almost caused a rollback.
Oh, there it is.
I thought we were gonna have to endure a 3rd lap.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Love it.
Unironically, I think it's a better ride than Black Hole 2000, although I like that more for the memes.
Low key. Although, it makes me really curious. I wonder how Black Hole 2000 rode its opening year. Maybe it was good at one point.
I don't know what I'm looking at right now. What a weird flat ride. And Josiah, what's the theme of this?
So, if you don't know, I'm a huge fan of this show. It's called Larva. It's on Netflix.
What?
It's about 2 slugs. I think they're brothers, and they barf on each other all episode. They blow boogers on each other. They just do the weirdest, nastiest crap.
As if it didn't get any weirder. What is that?
What is that, bro? What is that?
Not sure why we just walked into a Christmas section when it's the middle of the summer, but whatever. Tick-tock train. Let's do this one. I assume that means tick-tock train. This is just a classic Wacky Worm kiddie coaster, but interestingly, it was manufactured by Interpark, which hasn't built a whole lot of crazy roller coasters, except you do have the Wild Wind coaster they've done with some of the most intensive versions in the world. I hope one day to experience them. Night ride on one of the greatest coasters in the world. Whoa, look at that log flume. That's a double down. I low-key want to do that. It's kind of cool. You go through a barn. Whoa! Oh, what? This is not a traditional Wacky Worm. That's a dip before the bigger dip. What? That's awesome. Oh! Oh my God! Why did that drop insane? That's awesome. We've done a lot of pretty atrocious kiddie coasters on this trip, and actually that was not one of them. It was kind of rowdy. I liked it.
Yeah, for some reason, the end of that turns right back into the station and it actually pulls some laterals. For a Wacky Worm layout, it's pretty themed. Most Wacky Worms are just a crap pile of metal sitting on an asphalt pad.
All right, well, we have no more roller coasters available to ride, but there is a log flume with a double down, as I pointed out on the coaster. I think that should be our next priority. That looks awesome. Night ride on a log flume in South Korea. This is what we live life for, man. Look at this theming. Bro, this feels like such a retro amusement park. Like it just hasn't changed with the times.
That's the word I'm thinking of. It does feel retro.
So we got one small drop to start. I am in the front row, so oh, this isn't even a drop. Good, great news. But I do have the potential of getting pretty wet because of that. This actually is a really cool layout through the woods. I love it. We are like hitting the trough so much, the whole flume is aggressively shaking side to side. Look at that waterfall, that's pretty sick. This is maybe the first log flume I've done that I would call rough.
We're bouncing off the bottom.
We're entering a shed. This is sick. That's actually cool theming. A little rapid. Oh no. Okay, let's go up the left hill. Also keep in mind there is no restraint. Now most log flumes don't have it because they don't need it. This one I feel like might need it. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh! 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 I flew. Oh my. That is one of the best drops of any log flume I've done.
Oh my gosh, I flew. That was terrifying.
You go in with so much speed. Oh my god. No restraint is absurd. I was already enjoying the log flume. The first half of it was really pretty, really scenic. And then we hit that double down drop. Oh my gosh. It is one of the best drops of any flume I've done, like I said. The airtime was unbelievable. And because I was riding by myself in the front half of the flume, I just went all the way to the front of the log. It was ridiculous. The forces on that.
Between all three of us, there's probably like 350, 400 pounds on that thing, all toward the back. I think what was funny about that is I thought it was gonna be a kind of a crappy flume, and then we got the best flume airtime I've ever had. We flew, my butt fully left the seat, and I thought I was airborne. I was bracing for impact. That was hilarious. So much so, Haggard's buying the photo.
I'm dead. I don't know if it's safe to stay out here at night. This is really bad. What are you? I mean, that's kind of nice. I do like the moves.
You top me up? Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
The more I look at the intricate details of this park, we'll call it, the more I'm like, damn, this place is really messed up. The landscaping is not half bad, and the lights are really nice. Like, it's kind of a pretty park, but it's just a neglect. They don't have the money to really finance this place. That's why they don't add any rides anymore, and it just seems stuck in the past, which is such a shame. There's no one here, too. It's by far the quietest park we've been to on the entire trip, which is weird because Soland is actually a very well-known park as far as I'm concerned. On the way out, too, I found a Turkish ice cream place in Korea. What in the world? I'm back in Turkey. Can I do chocolate and strawberry, please? Okay. I've been to Turkey before, and I've seen a Turkish ice cream show. Let's go. Oh, shoot. It's impossible. It's impossible, bro. It's because of the texture of the ice cream that they're able to do this. It's amazing. It just poked my belly. Oh my, how do they have this in Korea? There's that strawberry, beautiful. Thank you, bro, appreciate it. Shout out to that Turkish guy serving me the ice cream, and I miss Turkish ice cream so much. It tastes exactly like it does over in Turkey. Go check out those vlogs if you haven't already. They're so much fun. That was such an awesome time last year. Oh, the texture of it is a lot chewier than normal ice cream, and I love that about it.
Since we're coming back tomorrow, I'll keep this brief for you guys. So far, I'm relatively impressed with the park. If there was a Korean Six Flags, I feel like this would be a park that'd be kind of like that.
We are so back. We're at Soland again. You can tell because the cicadas are loud as can be. We are heading over to that double loop coaster, which I've heard 3 different names for by the staff. So you have Atomic double loop coaster, you have Columbia double loop coaster, and randomly I'm also hearing 88A coaster. I don't exactly know why, but yesterday we were trying to ask staff, do you think this will be running tomorrow? And they didn't understand us at first because they didn't realize we were trying to say that coaster's name. Very weird. Black Hole 2000 is just Black Hole 2000 to everyone here, but for some reason that one has like a bazillion names.
These 2 loops have the potential to be probably a top 5 most intense back-to-back element. They're so close together. It looks so intense. We haven't heard or seen it running, but I'm not even worried because weirdly this park's like abandoned. There's like nobody here. It's genuinely kind of creepy.
We had to walk halfway across the park to find lockers for our bags, but we got to see a little bit more of it, and I do like these buildings. They're super nice and colorful, and of course the Epcot balls, random. That right there is one of the 2 loops. The other one's covered by trees. Crazy double inversion like Josiah said. Opened in 1988. It's another Senyo Kyogyo, a lot like the other one we did, which was a pile of trash. There's only 2 of these ever built, and it's the last one standing. Basically just an extremely obscure type of ride. So the reason we came back to the park is not open, even though on the website it said it would be, and all the staff promised us it would be. In fact, Black Hole 2000, the other coaster, is running. I think maybe they tried to get this thing open and it just wasn't working for them. There was some maintenance problem, and so they kept Black Hole open another day. I don't know. There's a staff member running down. Maybe we'll try to ask them. What is operating is this really weird Wild Mouse coaster that I introduced yesterday. It randomly closed 2 hours early yesterday, so to pass the time we're going to do this, and then we're going to try to find a member of staff who we can talk to about that coaster, see if it's going to open later, because it does look like they tried testing and maybe something went wrong. Dude, I have no idea what to expect from this. Pretty intrigued actually. There's those mountain views again. Pretty cool.
This has the track style of a traditional looping coaster, but it's a Wild Mouse, and it's probably pretty rough.
Oh no, it's pretty pretty smooth actually, I think. Might be okay. Whoa! I don't mind this at all. It's pretty tame though.
It is pretty tame, but it's kind of cool.
Whoa, what the heck? No trims, yep, through the brake run. Whoa! This is a weird one.
Very good.
Helix. Whoa! Picking up some steam.
Oh!
Oh no. Oh! Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. It's definitely one of the most unorthodox mouse coasters I've ever been on, but it wasn't a bad ride. I didn't dislike it or anything.
I agree, yeah, and I said for my vlog, I think the reason that style would never catch on for a mouse coaster is just because it's so much extra track and so much extra metal. Right now, as you can see, the entrance to double loop, AAA, whatever it's called, is blocked off, but the exit's open, and I actually see station lights and maybe somebody up there. So we're gonna try and walk up the exit, which is not blocked off, and just see if someone could explain or like maybe help us out.
Well, it looks like we found our culprit.
We certainly did. It is called a not existent wheel assembly.
That is most definitely not opening today, but honestly, seeing that was so funny it made up for it.
I'm a little shocked, actually. That was not there last night. And I literally, okay, you know what? Stop. Last night, I was literally concerned that the wheel assemblies on Black Hole 2000 were loose and shaking. I could visibly see them. This just confirms my theory at this park. I know I'm being dramatic. I'm low-key being a little dramatic, but like still, it's kind of crazy to see. The train's totally parked short. I think there's only 2 or 3 cars that actually made it into the station.
Got some equipment and we have a train that is half into the station. What the heck? Since it was advertised as being open today, we'll see if we can get a refund. If we're able to do that, then personally I won't be that upset that we came. Just so this wasn't a total waste of time, we found this weird Alice in Wonderland walkthrough. I don't know how they have the rights for this, but we're gonna check it out and go inside. I think this is gonna end up being a very interesting idea to come inside of here. So trippy. This might be the weirdest park of the trip.
Oh, fuck. Very much Alice in Wonderland.
You've outdone yourself, Soland. You have. Oh, this is cool. The whole thing is slanted. Wow, it's trippy as hell. Whoa. The Med Tea Party. We're still on a slant. Whoa, this is the Queen Heart's Labyrinth. This is pretty cool. This is a maze. Oh my gosh. It's Alice, but also not really because they don't have the rights to her character. We found something called the Doorway Maze. This is kind of insane. We went the wrong way.
Oh, this one's open. Done.
This is really trippy. We did it. Woo!
Very strange.
One of the more unique things we've done on the trip.
I would say so, yeah. Interesting.
Oh my gosh, what is going on? We found where everyone in the park was located. Who was in the studio? So they told us that normally they don't issue refunds unless you're in and out of the park in 30 minutes. We were here a little bit longer than that, but they're willing to make an exception for us because that was the sole reason we came here, no pun intended.
Ha 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 ha, sole reason.
I'm not too bummed out. We had to head in this direction anyways to head to the Seoul airport.
True.
You ready for Japan again?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. We got 4 more days. Just Mark and I left, the OG duo.
As for the park in its entirety, Soland is a fascinating place. I'm kind of glad I got to go. I can't really decide if I like it or dislike it. I think I may have said that earlier on in the video. It's kind of beautiful. Like the setting with all the mountains is stunningly gorgeous, and the park doesn't look half bad with the landscaping efforts, and the theming is even decent. That being said, it's the first amusement park we've been to Korea, and you could also tell a lot of it is in neglect. I mean, you saw with the coaster being closed, the fact that there's just some of its wheels sitting there on a day when it's supposed to be open, and then Black Hole 2000, the one big coaster we were able to ride here, was in shambles. Definitely one of the weaker parks of the trip, but I still didn't really dislike it. I've been very impressed with the Asia parks as a whole.
Very interesting park. I wouldn't recommend it, but I wouldn't not recommend it. It's somewhere in the middle, where if you're enough of a thrill seeker and enthusiast, it might be worth it for you, but if you're just kind of somebody that wants to get the really good stuff, maybe not. That said, I really enjoyed it for what it is. I think it was super novel. Black Hole 2000 was abysmal as far as attractions go, but like that made it all the more fun. So if anything, if you want a funny memory, you're riding one of the worst roller coasters on planet Earth, you can come here.
Thank you all so much for sticking with us in Korea. It's been such a ride, and we're heading back to Japan like Josiah said, so we will see you tomorrow in Kyushu, Japan. Peace out, guys.